What's up, everybody? I'm Jason Mayfield. Today we're looking at the ESV Wide Margin Reference Bible in True Tone. So the first question that some of you might have is, what is True Tone? Well, True Tone is just their fake leather. I don't really know what it is, but it holds up pretty well. I have a Bible that I've had from them for a long time that is True Tone, and I've really enjoyed it. So let's take it out of the slip, which I already did off camera, but now I put it back in there. All right, so this looks just like my thin line reference that I liked, except for the back is not continued over in the portfolio. I wish it was portfolio. That would be cool. I wonder if my old one was like that. Let's go find out. Okay, this is my old thin line one, which I put a bunch of ribbons in, but this one, the back also is portfolio style. That would be next level to me. I don't know if the new ones are like that, but I have always loved this Bible. I think this Bible just looks cool. As a matter of fact, I would say that having this Bible and this Bible would be a great economical set to have if you wanted a reader and a writer and arithmeticker. That's another story for another day. So I have looked at this before. I had one and I gave it away. It was not the portfolio style, which was hard to find on Amazon, but I do have a link to a True Tone one down below. I got this on sale for like 20 bucks, but normally I think they run around 50. In terms of wide margins, you know, for me, it's really conflicting because I really like the single column journaling Bible, and I use it a lot. You see it on this channel a lot. I'm committed to using it through 2019 right now. But the wide margin Bibles, man, there's just something about them. They feel a little more like Bible-y. I know that sounds dumb, but that's the truth. And so this one has not been broken in at all. As a matter of fact, this is the first time I think I've taken it out. So you can hear the pages. You got to do that a few bazillion times to get it to get nice and flexible. So some thoughts on this Bible, and I'm going to pull up my Cambridge in a moment. One of the thoughts is that it really is a great Bible. This would get the job done. The inner margin is wider than the Cambridge. The outer margin is not as wide as the Cambridge. I would almost be willing for a little more width to it if I could have a little more margin there. I don't know how I would do here. If you were to get this in the heirloom, I can tell you this, the pages are going to be thinner, and the whole book itself is going to be thinner. And so it might be great. I've got a friend, his name is Brock Childers, who uses one of these to work stuff out in, and then he uses an heirloom to write down finished product in. I think that's a great idea. But you sacrifice a little bit of space up here, don't have a lot of space down here, but ultimately, I think this is a really nice Bible. This True Tone edition is red letter, so you got the red letter action going on. Got a little bit of concordance in the back. Now, I'm going to say something about concordances. I don't particularly use them in my Bible. I mean, it's 2018. If I need to look something up, I'll use my phone. Maybe 2019 when you're watching this video. I don't know. It's towards the end of the year. I don't know where the schedule's at. But that being said, a concordance can be really helpful to your Bible to help it lay well once you get towards the back. For instance, I'll take out the Cambridge NASB really quick. The Cambridge NASB has a lot of stuff going on in the back. I mean, look at all of that. There we go. Look at all that. And what it does is it helps when you get to Revelation 22, it just helps the page to lay well. You've still got all of this support here. And so there really is a benefit to having it, even if you don't use it. So this almost becomes a little block of cushion for that last page. This one doesn't have quite as much in there, and it does have these ugly ESV maps or Crossway maps that I do not like. This is the one thing Crossway does I don't get. Like, put it on paper. Just makes so much more sense, like Cambridge and Schuyler. Ultimately, though, I think this will be a great Bible. Compared to the Cambridge, the text is not only bigger, but it is significantly bigger. Let me see if I can get those where you can see really well. Okay. Significantly bigger. More margin between lines. The line height's a little bit bigger. I like the fact that it doesn't have the references in the middle. I like them putting them down here. Let me see here real quick. One thing that Crossway does that I really like versus, and this may be the ESV in general versus the NASB, or it could be the Cambridge versus the wide margin. I don't have an ESV Cambridge. I'm trying to convince myself not to get one. That's part of the reason why I have this sitting here. But that being said, the references go per page, not per verse. So like here, if you were looking at John 3:16 and it had 4 cross references, you're going to have John 3:16 and it's going to have A, B, C, D. Versus over here, if you have John 3:16 and it has A, B, C, D, when you get to verse 17, the references are going to be E, F, G, H. And so it's all by page, and where you start to where you go, from where you start to where you land will be easier on the page to keep up with, because sometimes you're looking at A and then you might be looking at verse 18 and seeing A, and then you got verse 16 that says A. So just sorting, it's a little bit easier to do right here than it is right here. That being said, the text is smaller here. The Cambridge is wider. When you line them up, you'll see you get about a whole maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches more. The outer margin is wider. The inner margin is not as wide. You get some bottom, you get some top. You don't get those things here. However, this one's probably easier to preach out of. But this one's a Cambridge. And I'll say the Cambridge versus like the heirloom Bibles that I have 2 heirloom Bibles, don't have a wide margin heirloom. This thing's a tank. It's hard to compete with this. But the other difference is this is like $250. This is like $50. I got this for $20. I got this for less than 1/10 of what this one costs. So those are things that you have to consider. So here's the deal. If you want a Bible that you can write in, but you don't want to spend a ton of money, you don't even want to spend $100 like an heirloom, you know it's going to be more than $100, but you don't want a journaling Bible. Something about the journaling Bible turns you off. I think this is a great, great option. And their True Tone covers, man, I cannot speak highly enough about these True Tone covers. I think they are absolutely fantastic. And then one day you can have them recovered if you need to, if they ever fall apart on you. But the True Tone covers, I really like them. I like the nicer Bibles, but to this day, this True Tone Bible is one of my absolute favorite Bibles I've ever had. And so, fantastic. Now, I'm not going to write all in this one right now because I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I would highly recommend this. Kind of my first choice is the journaling Bible, and then this is my second choice. So, well, actually, this is my second choice, but there's such a big jump. And I haven't seen the ESV. So, I have a feeling one day I'm going to be on an ESV Cambridge, but I don't know. I'd kind of like to see an heirloom of one of these, but the paper's so thin, I already kind of know that's not gonna float. So, all that to say, I'd highly recommend this Bible. I think it's really good. I should have a link in the description below for you to pick one up in either this cover or in the brown True Tone, and I'll even put an heirloom link in there, so if you want a more expensive version of this, you can get it. But if you like videos like this and you appreciate what I'm doing here, hey, one of the best ways to show your support is to like, comment, subscribe, and click that little bell so you know whenever I post a brand new video. And other than that, if you want to take your support to the next level, I have launched my Patreon. All of that giving is tax deductible. because it does go through the official 501c3, Grace for Life Incorporated. That being said, if you go over there, you'll get some special content that we don't put out for everybody. And until next time, I'm praying that you continue to experience grace for life through Jesus Christ. See you later.